ఓకే. సో ఏరా మళ్ళీ హైదరాబాద్ పోయావా?
హైదరాబాద్ లో ఉన్నా. నిన్న ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్ళాను, ల్యాప్టాప్ తీసుకెళ్ళడం కుదరలేదు.
సరే సరే. సో yesterday we talked about yesterday we spoke a lot creating a folder and providing the roles to that folder, and then how to add a process. So what are the features available in the tenant level and what are the features available in folder level, and then how to trigger a process. See, whenever you are triggering a process, that is called unattended bot. Okay, unattended means, see, we are scheduling the bot at what time it has to run, when it has to run. That's it. So after that, so when that comes, automatically it will run it. We don't need to start. That is called unattended bot. So without human interference, if the process starts, that is called unattended robot. We can tell it's a bot or robot. Okay, there are a lot of synonyms according to that. Okay, so now and there we will have the features are users and processes. So this is our processes. So we'll see how to, what is queue. So for better understanding, queue is nothing but a container that enables you to hold an unlimited number of items. Queue items can store multiple types of data, such as invoice information or customer details. This information can be processed in other systems, SAP, Salesforce, for instance. The data stored in and output from queue items is free form by default. For situation where a specific schema is needed, such as integrations with other applications, processing of mission generated forms or analytics, you can upload custom JSON schemas to ensure that all queue item data is in proper form. See, in orchestrator, so queue enables you to create large automation projects underlined by complex logic. So you can create a process that collects all invoice information and creates a queue item for each piece of data to store it. So usually, like now, why will use queues in order to process large volumes of data. Okay, so we'll see how to create a queue. Just plus click on add, create a new queue. This is and description. So unique reference by default, like it will be no, and auto retry. So what is the auto retry? Auto retry is nothing but whenever we get an exception, when the whenever we are processing a queue item, so then so automatically it will retry in order to execute the same process and again up to resolve the exception. That is auto retry. So it should be how many times you would like to apply for maximum number of retries. Consider 3 times. Okay. So and SLA predictions. See, this can be enabled only, enable SLA for this queue if the queue is going to hold or the queue is going to have the data which is related to service requests or incidents or service now applications are the same, ITSM or service now. So SLA, what is SLA? Service level agreements. So is a commitment between service provider and a client. See, for example, how can we consider this is a service request or service? Because whenever you are working in any one of the organization, for example, you are unable to connect to the network, or your laptop suddenly not able to connect to the internet. So then, say for example, so then you will raise one request. So for example, whenever you are using your mobile, you will get maybe they will automatically enable some features, right? Some maybe ringtones, or maybe they will deduct some amount from your account, or maybe so then you will call to the customer care people, right? So in that customer, whenever you call a customer care people, customer executives, they will log one request on behalf of you. What is your problem? That is called service request. What is it called? SLA, service level agreements. So internet service providers and the telecoms are commonly include service level agreements within the terms of their contracts with customers to define the level of service being sold in plain language terms. Okay. So So that is Pavani, I gave permission to record. So in such case, where we will use this, like now, if you have any, you are working on any use case related to the service requests, then only will enable this option. Otherwise, we don't need to. Okay. So this is also they will see in this concept, whatever the features are there, each and every one is important. That means each and every item is important. Here, what is unique reference? What is auto refi? What is SLA predictions? How you will enable the for example, if I am working on a service level agreements, service request, how will enable this into the queue? Okay, so you have to click on this enable, and then in which process it should be, and SLA for a newly added queue items do not have a deadline. So how many days, how many hours? Okay. So you need to add each and everything, whatever the defined over here. And then just click on that. So this is my queue. Where I have added this queue being added under in my folder training. Now, see, there is no data over here. See, if you want to see how the data is, what are the queue items are available in the queue, just go to view transactions. See, here there is no data to be displayed. Or if you want to add data manually to this queue, so we'll add upload items. So here you will say you have to use the the path of the CSV file. But usually we cannot use. We want to use the data from orchestrator into the queue. So always we will use data extraction. So this is required. So in order to add the data into the queue, just type queue. See, there are a lot of activities available in this. See, I will give you some real-time scenarios where we will get the work to practice, like so this is the website. So you daily practice it. So how to log in by providing username and password. And click on work items. So we have all this data. Read all this data. That means extract this, like now whatever the data is there, and split the, like now see, unfilter the data if the year is greater than 2018. That means you have to take the data 2019, 2020, 21 data. So after this, once you take the data, come to again home, go to checks. Under checks, search for check. So after this is the check number, where like now WIED the check number. So for this corresponding check number, what is the date? 2018 3/26. So here day is 26. What is the month? 3, right? 3 means March, and year 2020. Sorry, 2018 3/26. So here I have to select. So sorry. So I have to filter it only 2018 above. So I won't consider first two. So I will see here we do not have. So why we have to apply a filter. So 11, 19, 20, 21. So here the date year is 2021. So it is 11 and it is 19. Yes, 11, 19, 2021. So once then click on this search check. So what we get? No check was found based on the criteria that you have filled. Okay. Whenever you get this like no pop up, you handle it and click on. Okay. So like that. So see, you have to search for each and every record. So how many data you will get? So for all the data. Okay. So if any one of the like no vendor, that means for any one of the WID, the data is available, so you will get an option to download it. So just click on the download. Okay, and then you have to keep it like now for which and then you have to generate the data like now another, there is one more. So for which WID the data is there, and like now in the corresponding row you just put like the status data is available and send the report. Okay, keep the report like that. So and then I will tell you like now whenever we do whenever we speak about our like now sending mails and receiving the mails, how we'll see. So during the time you just send the mail. Keep the report with you as an Excel file. Did you understand? Everybody understood what you have to do? Tell me, you have to speak up. Yes or no? Or can I explain? Can I explain again? Hemant, Dhanlakshmi, Mahesh,
Okay. No.
Yeah. So maybe you feel shy below, like no, to tell. Okay. See, simple. First, I will log into this Acme test, and then once you logged into the Acme test, we will select the work items, and we will extract all the work items available here. See, there are 10 pages, I believe. All the 10 pages information for each and every page will have 10 rows. Or how many rows are there? 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 10 rows. Okay. 10 rows into 10 pages. Like no 9 pages are right. This is the 9th page. And so 90 records. Okay. So 90 records are there. After that, you need to apply a filter based on the date. So this date, so you will filter the data and fetch it. See, last week we we talked about filters. See, either you can use filter data table activity, or you will use link query to filter the data of the date is, see, the year is greater than 2018, so it will accept only, you will filter the data if the date falls greater than 2018. That means you will consider only the data 2019, 2020 and 2021. So see, if you filter it, what will happen? 2017, right, this year, so it will not consider. So you don't need to consider this data, and this data also you don't need to consider. So you have to consider only 2019, 2020, 21. The last 3 years of data you have to consider. Okay, once it is done, you will filter it and you will keep in one one data table, and then just click on home again. So here there is a checks, and click on for search for sex. So in the search for check number, see, check number is nothing but, so anyway here it is there, right? So here check number is nothing but WIID is the check number. Here WIID, right? So here W type, so we don't need to consider anything, just take this WID. That means that we are filtering the data based on the year, right? So this is 2021. So here I put this, and see, in order to read the data from date, see here, if you read it, what is the here, like no date format is like 2021 dash, like no month dash, then followed by date. So 11th is the month, so 11th is November. What is the year? 2021. And what is that? 19. And see, after filling all these details, click on search check. We get one pop-up. So here there is no data, no check was found based on the criteria. Click on OK. So again you will pass another data. Okay, now consider like no 5/22/2021. 5 means May. What is the day? 22. Is it correct? Check this. Okay, 5/22. So what is the ID check number is this one. Click on search check. Here in this also there is no. Again you will take one more record. 19 to 20. So this is 20 and this is 2 means what? February. And this is 19. Correct? 19 to 20. And this is the WID. See, if you did not understand, please go through my video and you will able to understand. See, like no, I don't know, like no, for which record we will get the data. So because we did not get the data, so like that, you have to search for all the records. Which like no, for which record the data is available. Put the condition. If the data is available, okay, do this. If the data is not available, like no, take another action. You will get over here. Like no, if the data is available, then you will get a one download option. And then take like no, if the corresponding this WID, the data is available, the corresponding WID check number, there is no data. That's it. Now understand. So like this, see, you will get the requirements in the what is that? Like now in real time cases, like this is the requirement where you will get, and like now you have to practice all the like now whatever it is. See, like that, if you start like now working on that to learn, so then like now like now you will able to solve any issue, like now any use case, you will able to develop by your own. But like now you have to practice it. Don't worry, like no, don't feel shy, like no, because you just practice it more, then you will able to do that. So do not worry about like no, I don't know, or like no, I'm unable to do that. Everybody will be the same. Like no one will be expert in this world. By practicing himself, you will able to do much. That is the only thing. So practice. So now we are into queue. Actually, there are two ways to add the data into the queue. The first one is I have a data in data table. So whenever we have a data in the data table, and that too, I want to upload all the data into the data table. All the like no, all the data which is available in a Excel file. So there are only like no, very important columns. So I want to upload all the columns data. That means all the data. But in some cases, I don't want to load all the data into the queue. Okay, so in that case, how to do? So for yours, what is it? I'm going to do only like now. I will show you only download part. Open browser. Okay, in the open browser. This is my login page. So browser type is we will use Chrome. After open browser, what we do? For time being, what I do, so here I use attach indicate attach browser. So after attach browser, what I do? Click. Correct, right? So indicate on screen. See, I have to click on work items, right? I'm just clicking on work items. So here, click on work items. Okay. So whenever we click on work items, it will display all the data. So now, so we are here, right? Just use data scraping. Click on next. So now, click on actions. Yes. Okay. So because now I want to extract all the data, right? Table data. So that is the reason I put S. I just selected S. So I want to read all the data. 0 for all. Click on finish. So you want to read multiple pages of data or only one pages. So now I want to read multiple pages of data. So for that, click on yes. So now we have to click on this button, right? In order to read multiple pages of data. I did this data. And here you will see an output called extract data. And come to the variables, extracted data. So in the extracted data table, we did this. See here, we have one more feature called remove unused. Just use this under workflow. Remove unused means, see what are all the variables are using. If those variables are not used in our workflow, it will remove all the variables. So for that, I am just selecting variables. Searching for all, just click on OK. So see, it is removed all the unused variables except extracted data table. So we need to change the data scope, the scope of the data item. So here in the removed see if you have any arguments, unused arguments, if you have any dependencies, if you have any imports, if you have any screenshot. So for this we can use remove unused. So this is also one of the best practice you have to use. Yeah, whenever you are attending interviews, if in a interviewer asks that, so what are the best practices you have followed? So you have to first you have to tell that I used remove unused and used analyze file. Okay, this is also one of the very important feature. They will ask you that what is workflow. See, we can call it as a workflow analyzer. What is workflow analyzer? So it will tell you what all the errors are there and what all the warnings are there in your use case. And then according to that, like no, I believe maybe I tell or not, like already we discussed or not. So here attached browser is nothing but, so we should not, by default name, we should not keep for each and every activity. We have to tell attach Acme website. And then click on workflows, work items, sorry. So come over here. What is this data scraping? Attach browser. Attach browser. And then, so what are the default name? It should be like, no, we should not keep the default name. We have to change it. Extract work items. Okay. So if you use this, analyze project. See, there are a lot of, see, this red button tell you there are 6 warnings. So log message not used in the workflow. Okay. So here, so log message is for, see, we already discussed, I believe, info. What is the purpose of this? Downloading work items. See now, when I run it, see now, see, previously it was 6. Now it has display like no, the error number has been displayed to 3 only. Display name duplication. That means so this is for extracting table values. And then again click on this. Okay. So prefix data table variable. So variable extracted data table doesn't have a data table prefix. So activity name defaults. What is this? Log message. So that means that it is playing login. And prefix data table variable. So whenever you are using a data table in real time, so you have to prefix it. What is this? So prefix means dt underscore work items. This is the name of the data table. Got it. Now, so there is no, in the error list, there is no items, right? So everything, there is no errors found. This is one of the very important feature. You have to tell. So what are the best practices you have followed? So you have to tell that. So our team lead will provide a checklist before publishing a process. Make sure that to run remove unused feature, and at the same time make sure that to run workflow analyzer and tell. So what are the, whether we are following the naming standards of variables creation, or are you following any log messages, or enter renaming the activities for each and everything. So we'll have a lot of checklist. You tell that that is the best impression you get out of it. If you follow all these things, then before that you should not have any errors. Okay, now the data is available in this, where in a data. So after this, what we have to do? After attach, so this is the data scraping, right? So here, ending here. So what we have to do? We have to add the data into that. So whenever I'm adding the data into the, now I want to use a queue concept to add all my data into the queue. So whenever I'm adding the data into the queue, so here, see here, actions are there. These actions, we are not going to get it out of this, correct, right? So we are getting only WID and the description, type, status, then date. So here actions we are not getting. So for that, so this actions, what is this? Column name is empty. So why do you need to upload this into the queue? Not at all required, right? So anyway, we are going to use only WIA. So in this, I want to skip it. So first we will see one feature. I have a data in data table. I want to upload all my data into the data table. So for this, sorry, what is that? Two, right? So there is one activity called bulk add queue items. So in the bulk add queue items, see this is for, in order to upload all your data is available in the data table, needs to be uploaded into the queue or add all the data into the queue. That is called bulk add queue items. Come to the, what is this? Upload data into so commit type, all or nothing. That means whether you want to upload all the data or you want to upload only అరే అక్కి ఇట్లా ఇద్దరిని కాదు ఊరికే ఫోన్ చేస్తా ఉంది కదా. Data table. So already we have a dt underscore work admin is the data table. And what is the queue name? So here I will create a variable name. So what is the queue name? Go to the orchestrator. Oh, it was logged up. Go to queue. This is my queue name. Okay. And okay. So here come to the properties. What is the queue name? This is the variable where we have it. And what is the result we get? So this is bulk add queue items. The input data is commit type data table queue name, and the result is control K result. I don't know what we get the result. Come over here. So result it is like now telling that it is a what is this data table. What we'll get. Okay. So here we will keep box. What is it? Result, right? Result dot. Okay. So now we will run. Let me test. Sorry. I don't think so. It will because when the bot is running, we have made some like no mouse actions, right? That means keyboard actions or mouse actions. So that is the reason like no, it will not identify the element in the browser. So when the bot is running, you should not make any like no mouse actions. You will get an exception, I believe. Still it is running. See, because oh, invalid status code. Okay, good. So uploading data items, upload data item into queue, operation data down, not found, status code, queue not found. Why queue not found? Here, see here on this status bar, where the data is available, data is available in we don't have any option to edit, minimize this. Now good. Okay. So when it comes to the orchestrator, see, this is our folder. Training 9 p.m. is our folder. So we are adding queue to this folder only. But when it comes to the UI path, so here under the status bar, what it is there? So it is what under it is there? It is shared or workspace or training 9 p.m. So this one we have to select. So if you select this one, because it is the robot has been connected to this device. Okay, and it is in green color is nothing but it is in active state. Okay, and at the same time, so whatever you are using, okay, so you will able to get each and everything out of this. Okay, now come over here, come to back. This is what we need to keep the browser, correct? Now you see, just click on work items. See, now it is taking each page data. That is the reason it is moving one by page by page, correct? See, it is going for page by page information and taking the data and put it into a data table. What is this? 0. Why 0? It doesn't read any data. Just go here, go to orchestrator. See here we have one refresh button, right? See, refresh icon. Just click on this refresh. So when you refresh, go to view transactions. We have all the data. So how many rows we have? So one page of 9 there are 9 pages. The data has been loaded. So total 88 items has been added. Page 110. See, 1 of 10 out of 88. That means 88 records has been added. So we can call it a transactions. When you right click, see, just click on these 3 dots. So you have to tell in the interview the same, how do you know that whether the data has been added to the queue? So you just tell that, just you have to click on the 3 dots and click on view transactions. If you want to click on view details of each and everything, so here you will able to see. I told that actions is empty, and then WID we got, and the description we got, okay, and then type, status, date. So we got each and every information. Got it? So just click on this next page, next page, next page. So you will get all this next. So whenever the data has been added into the queue, the status of for each and every queue item, that means a transaction item is in a new state. Because whenever you add a data into the queue, so it will be in the new state. So here priority, it is a normal priority. So priority, there are three types of priorities: high, normal, and low. Okay, and we have some option. What is the deadline? What is the postpone? And what is the whether it has been started or not? So that means when it was started and when it was ended, and in which robot does they are this uh, queue this transaction item has been processed. What is the review? So who is the reviewer of this, and what is the exception? So for example, if you get any exception, this is the exception. So like this, you will be able to see for each and every transactions in the queue. So once you add the data into the queue, that is called a transaction. That means transaction items. Okay. So view details and edit. If you go for edit, like now we will be able to see. So if you want to set high priority, so there are some properties. What is postpone date? So I don't want to execute this transaction item for some period of time, maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, up to some period of time. So I can select tomorrow. It should not run up to tomorrow. Postpone time at what time? 12:30 or up to 6 o'clock. See, I can set the time. Due date. See, postpone is nothing but we will postpone the queue item should not run before 6. And due date is nothing but I want to run this before 6:15. See, we already telling that do not run 6 p.m. And if I set the same deadline, due date means it has to run tomorrow before 6:15. So it will wait, and that is the purpose of using due date and postpone. So you have to explain this. What is the postpone and what is the due date? What is the highest priority it could provide? Will provide to the due date and postpone, but it has to finish before the due date, and it will not execute before the postpone date. That you have to understand. See, the date after which the queue item may be processed. This property can be filled in which the relative date such as add hours, add days, okay, or time span. Correcting this date is available. So deadline. The date before which the queue item should be processed. This property can be filled. So add the time parameters between which an orchestrator transaction must be processed. See, must be processed not before postpone and no later than deadline. This you have to explain. If you want to see an example. Okay, specific data, all these things we have. So just go through this. I will tell you like on this one. Anyway, like now we will see this what to do, what to do. So we got all the data. And then what we do, so tomorrow we'll speak about what are the queue status are available. This is also very important feature. In all the interviews, you will get a question like what all the queue status are available, what is the purpose of each and everything, and what is the like no deadline and postpone date. So what are the different ways to add the data into the queue? Okay. Tomorrow we'll see remaining features of that. Okay. So Acme test, I believe everybody should have this. Otherwise, I will ping you. You please take this. Come to the logout. See if there is no data is available. Chat. Okay. Please take this and practice. Okay. So did you get it, friends? Okay. So we'll speak the remaining concept for tomorrow. Until then, bye.
అన్నా స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేస్తావా అది చూద్దాం
ఒక్క నిమిషం ఇదేంది ఇది ఇందాక ఏదో అడ్డం ఉండేసరికి ఏదో ఒకటి చేసా అది పోయేసింది. దాన్ని మళ్ళీ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ ఇట్ బ్యాక్. హౌ టు టేక్ ఇట్ బ్యాక్? అది ఇన్ ప్రోగ్రెస్ లోనే ఉంది. దాన్ని ఎలా బయటికి తేవాలి? సో మహేష్,
అన్నా
ఇదేమో ఇన్ ప్రోగ్రెస్ లోనే ఉంది. దీన్ని ఎట్లా క్లోజ్ చేయాలి అర్థం కావట్లేదు. ఇది అడ్డంగా
ఏదన్నా?
ఉంది. ఇదే ఈ మీటింగ్ రిక్వెస్ట్ ని
ఒకసారి బ్రౌజర్ లో ఓపెన్ చేసి చూడు మావా, చేయొచ్చు.
బ్రౌజర్ లోనా? బ్రౌజర్ లో ఏముంటుంది రాలేదు.
ఇంటర్నెట్ అన్స్టేబుల్.
క్లోజ్ కావాలి.